Views that will take your breath away. Biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
And I'm in studio tonight. Brian is he's still in Northeast Arkansas, Brian? Brian. All right, what am I got going on here? Brian Hendricks, you with me? All right, so let's see where we go from here. Game and Fish called a meeting today. They were naming any new commissioner up in Northeast Arkansas, and so Brian was there. That's why he's not in studio tonight. And so I'm trying to figure out what we got going here, Trip. All right, so we lost Brian Hendricks. I'm not sure. We had guests that were going to be here. This is one of those things that happens in live radio that you don't want to happen to you, but is happening to me. And so I'm in there solo, and we'll see if Brian will call back. We had some weather move across the state today. I will say this, from all reports, that our area lakes are back to normal. The drought situations, hopefully, as many storms as we've had moving since central Arkansas, and there's Brian calling back again, try to pick him up. Everybody's talking about the World Cup tonight, and so let me try this one more time with Brian. Brian, are you there?
I am here, Ray. How are you?
Oh, it's nice to hear your voice. I'm about to sync the sub here. I'm telling you what.
Well, Ray, I'm up in Jonesboro. I just got done a couple of minutes ago. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders appointed Steve Keeter of Paragould to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission to serve a 7-year term. He's going to replace Anne-Marie Doremus, who we know very well, whose term just ended, and so Mr. Keeter is filling her spot that she vacated. He is a third-generation fish farmer from Northeast Arkansas, specializing in catfish, and very nice fellow. Had an opportunity to visit with him and some other members of the former members of the commission, Mike Freeze of Keogh, and some other folks. Stan Jones of this area up here. They know him well, and they believe he's going to be a very good addition to the Game and Fish Commission.
So what is the criteria to be considered to be appointed? Well,
if you go by the governor's statement there, you can kind of glean a little bit from that. Apparently, he's been a very active supporter of hers for a good number of years. Has raised quite a few funds for her in her campaign. She talked about a giant fish fry that she attended up here, and things like this are oftentimes politically motivated, but not always. There have been some exceptions, some pretty recent ones. Anne-Marie Doremus herself is one of those that was not expecting that. Brandon Adams was another appointee who didn't find out until the day he was appointed that he had gotten that post and didn't even lobby for it. So you just never know. But I think what the one thing they look for always, going back to when I started my job when Governor Mike Huckabee was in office, they look for a couple of things. They look for a passion for hunting and fishing. They want people that have a passion for workaday hunters and anglers that don't have the means to have their own customized, personally managed hunting spots. They want them to devote a lot of emphasis on public hunting areas, wildlife management areas, making sure the lakes have all the fish that they need for the public. And they look for competence. They don't. They want somebody that understands the mission, that understands finances, that understands federal rules and state rules and regulations, and all the things that go into just everything that Game and Fish does. So it's a number of things, but they usually pick pretty qualified folks.
when we talk about a game and fish commissioner, the tenure is 7 years. That's a long time.
7 years is a long time. It's only 1 year shorter than a two-term governor. A lot of things come and go in 7 years. Good times and bad times. I think somebody asked me tonight when I came in the building how many of these have I been to, and my experience covering these appointments goes back to the early '90s. I guess when J. Perry Michaels was appointed by Governor Clinton. Way back in the day, I've covered many of them, and they're not the same people. They're not the same people when they leave as they are when they come in. I will say that.
This meeting didn't give you much notice today, did it?
No, there wasn't hardly any notice on it. I got word of it last night through the governor's office, oddly enough, and they didn't say what it was for, but this time of year, it could only do one thing, So they said it was in Jonesboro, which is also very unusual. They always hold these in Little Rock, either at the Wick Stevens Nature Center, sometimes at the state capitol. Once in a while, they hold them at Game and Fish headquarters, but to hold this one up here in Jonesboro is very, very unusual. So that required a little bit of a 2-hour road trip, and I'm done with that. I'll be heading on back to Little Rock here pretty soon. But it was here at the Forrest L. Wood Crowley's Ridge Conservation Education Center. It's the first of the nature centers to surpass 1 million visitors.
Wow! That's all. How many of those? How many of those we have? I know we have one in Pine Bluff, one in Springdale area.
There's one in Pine Bluff. There's one in Little Rock there in the River Market. There's this one up here. There's one in Fort Smith at Fort the old Fort Chaffee area, and then they've got kind of one. They've got one in Springdale also, and then they've got another one, sort of, kind of the Fred Berry Conservation Nature Education Center on Crooked Creek, and it's not like these. They're not destination centers. They're more education centers, but they've got a few of them around.
There were some eyebrows raised when they started building these, but they've been a huge success, have they not?
Yeah, there were some eyebrows raised when they started building it because they're very expensive. They're very, very ornate, I would say. I mean, they keep to an outdoors motif, but the cost of upkeep on these buildings, these facilities, they've got to upgrade the exhibits all the time. The roofs leak, foundations, all kinds of stuff. Another one in Pine Bluff has been subject to flooding a couple of times, but that was one of the things that they got from the Missouri Conservation Department, which followed the same path, that in order to make all the taxpayers of the states that pay that 1/8 of 1% sales tax feel included, there's got to be something for them. The nature centers are part of that, part of the education process, and also, with the non-hunting and non-fishing element of watchable wildlife trails and canoe paddling trails throughout the state. Arkansas is doing a really, really good job of being inclusive to a lot of different user groups in the state.
Once again, Brian Hendricks is up in Northeast Arkansas tonight, not in studio. Charlie Evans will join us a little bit later on, who is the president of USA Bass. They are in need of boats for the international tournament that's coming up in Hot Springs, end of September, early October. He'll be talking about that. But we are coming up on a break, B.
All righty. Well, I'll be with you, and good to be with you, Ray.
Back with more Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brian, you're a lifesaver. I was worried about you for a minute. Bye.
Hey, Ray. I'll be there.
dealers are all about sequels. And with the skyrocketing price of gasoline, Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock is back with the guaranteed biggest hit of the summer. Gas Busters 3 High Octane. Call 501-945-4444. Don't get slimed by the competition. Trade with Gwatney Buick GMC right now and get free gas for the rest of the year. That's free miles per gallon. Call 501-945-4444 and we'll double down with no payments for 120 days. Trade that gas guzzler. Gwatney has trucks up to 29 miles per gallon. It's Gas Busters 3 High Octane. Trade today for free gas for the rest of the year. So who you gonna call? Call Gwatney at 501-945-4444. We're ready to relieve you. See dealer for details. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's Best Catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
Take it from Arkansas greats Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big national sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
This is Justin Acree. If shoulder or elbow pain is affecting your daily life, the fellowship-trained physicians at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health are here to help. They offer advanced care for injuries, arthritis, rotator cuff problems, and more, helping you feel better, move better, and get back to everyday life. Call 501-686-TOSH today to schedule your appointment. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
We are back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors this edition. Brian, you're up in northeast Arkansas. We got we had a severe thunderstorm move through Little Rock again this afternoon.
Well, we needed the rain. I ran through a couple of storms on the way up here. And by the way, I am coming to you from the Brian Hendricks mobile studio at the Christian Valley Christian Church here near Jonesboro, because we don't believe in talking on the phone and driving at the same time. On Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, so we're taking a little break here. And, it's cloudy. It's been raining here and there all day. We can use it, so bring it on.
Oh, you've been covering the game and fish for what, 17, 20 years, something like that?
Yeah, actually, nonstop since 2005, but I covered them going back into the 90s, when I was at newspapers Springdale and Fort Smith. I think the first commissioner appointment that I covered was the one for J. Perry Michaels, the Fort Smith area. They named a wildlife management area after him. Blue Mountain, WMA, J. Perry Michaels, which is a very famous spot for field trialers to hold field trials of bird dogs. It's also a great place to hunt. But I've been covering them for a long time.
Not trying to put you on the spot here, but maybe the top 2 or 3 events that have happened since you've been covering them?
Well, the top 2 or 3 events that have happened since I've been covering game and fish, some of them are kind of infamous, and I won't really get into those. But, as a news person, those happen. Mainly, Ray, you got to look at it as a whole of, where Arkansas was. In 1987, I remember reading in an Outdoor Life brief that Arkansas was one of the up-and-coming deer hunting spots, a sleeper to watch. I remember this very vividly because they said we had an estimated deer herd of 500,000. And so here we are now. They say our deer herd is probably 3 times that, somewhere thereabouts. We harvest more than 200,000 deer a year. Our turkey hunting is finally back after a couple of decades of being down. We have elk to hunt here, viable elk population in North Arkansas. Our fishing is as good, freshwater fishing, that's all we have, but it's as good as anywhere. Our trout fishing is better than just about anywhere. When things are right, duck hunting has been off here for a couple of decades, but if you have habitat, if you have water, and you have food, you have ducks. And that's one thing that new Commissioner Keeter touched on. He said, those things are driven by weather. We can't control the weather. We can't we can't control what people in other states do as far as, planting food and things like that. But when the weather gets right, the one thing Arkansas Game and Fish can do is to make sure that the habitat and the resting areas and the facilities for ducks to make them welcome. We can make sure that those are here and in good shape when things finally do return to normal. And I've lived long enough, Ray, that we've had bad times before, down times before, when everybody thought the world was caving in on ducks. They'll be back. They will be back.
And we had enough time here to determine if the Green Tree Reservoir project has been beneficial?
Yeah, it is. It will be. The problem there is that I think they let it go a little too long to get to the point where it got to. And I've got to give props to former director Austin Booth for being the guy that finally got commission off the ground. Everybody knew over the years what had to be done, but nobody wanted to do the things that were necessary because they didn't want to inconvenience, thousands and thousands of public land hunters. Well, nothing inconveniences hunters more than when the habitat finally dies and you don't have any place for anybody to hunt. So they bit the bitter pill, did what they had to do as necessary. And, they're already coming back. You and I toured Black River a couple of years ago when they were just kicking that off. And already, Ray, they've got red oak regeneration in the spots where they've lost a lot of their trees. So there's going to be an adjustment period, a growing period, but another 20, 30 years that those areas are going to be showcases again.
Well, one of the nice things, they were able to put in an automated gate. They had an old-fashioned when somebody had to go in there and lift it up. And now it's automated where they don't have to worry about that, and they can regulate the water.
They can regulate the water. They've also redesigned a lot of the water control structures that instead of a vertical steep-pitched levee like they've always had, they're lower levees, and they've got a gentler slope to them so that when water gets to a certain height, they can just flow over. And that's the key, not really water depth so much as water movement. Stagnant cold water, anoxic water on trees, very damaging to trees. But as long as the water's moving, it really mitigates a lot of the root damage that occurs, as far as oxygen and maintaining nutrients and all that. So these areas are being rebuilt with very modern technology and very modern understanding of hydro dynamics and hydrology. So I'm very impressed with what they've been doing.
Brian Hendricks is on the road out of the studio tonight. Game and Fish named a new commissioner at a meeting up in Jonesboro, northeast Arkansas today. Brian has talked about that already. We are coming up on a break here in about 15 seconds, Brian. I wanted to let you know that before I ask you another question.
All right. Well, 15 seconds is just long enough to really get into weeds on some things. I think we can talk a little bit later about more of what the new commissioner, Steve Keeter, said. I think that our listeners would be very interested in that here on the Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
All right, back in a moment with Charlie Evans.
Everybody knows the Brad Hendricks Law Firm is famous for car wrecks, big truck crashes, and medical negligence cases. But they do a lot more than that. They help good people who can benefit from bankruptcy. And they also help older folks who had their Social Security claims denied. When you need a lawyer, call the firm that is pure Arkansas, where you won't ever be just a number. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. In 1833, a spectacular display of the Leonid meteor shower lit up the skies across the American Southeast, called the Night of Raining Fire. It inspired the 1934 jazz standard, Stars Fell on Alabama, featuring the lyric, "We kissed in a field of white, and stars fell on Alabama last night." It was popularized by Guy Lombardo, Frank Sinatra, and the famous duet of Louis Armstrong and Ella Fitzgerald. Stars fell on Alabama, but snacks and deals fell on Doublebees. If you're in Rosebud, stop by for a burger. Or if you're in Little Rock, Riverdale, stop by for some catfish on Friday. And Renoco bean-to-cup coffee every morning and every day. Doublebees. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
Attention Arkansas homeowners. Are you dreading a lengthy, expensive bathroom remodel? With Bath Makeover of Arkansas, you can have your dream bathroom in as little as one day. American-made baths, walk-in showers, and walk-in bathtubs. Revolutionary laser-etched shower walls that will never chip, crack, peel, discolor, or fade. Plus, with Bath Makeover's Price Lock Guarantee, schedule your free design consultation now, and we'll lock your price in for 1 year. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is also proud to be an official sponsor of Razorback Athletics. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. With 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase, and call Bath Makeover at 1-800-NEW-BATH for a bonus $50 Walmart gift card with estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, the Rest Up Bathroom Custodian. Is there toilet paper? No. Paper towels? No. Clean stalls? Also no. But the soap dispenser is full, and that counts for something. Thanks, hero. Know what else keeps truckers going? Progressive's expanded cargo protection through their enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
Welcome back to Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Sorry about the raspy voice. Time to talk with Neil Atkinson at Sarah's Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neil, big stuff going on tonight. World Cup.
Yep, USA versus Belgium right now. Belgium's got a goal on Team USA. They are up 1-0. If you still wanted to get in on it, we have live betting on that. If you think Team USA can come back and win that, you can do the 2 advance, which you don't have to worry about that draw at plus 250. But if you think Team USA is going to come back and just win it in regular time, you can get them plus 525. Other than that, you got baseball, you got the WNBA, and you got the Summer League, which a lot of people are really keen on with the 3 Arkansas players that got drafted. They want to see them in there, so got a lot going on.
Neil, have you ever tried to fly an airplane and you had never been in it before?
Well, that's that would be not a very good thing if I was in an airplane.
That's kind of the way it is. This new board we got tonight, and I'm over here for the first time, and I'm flying by the seat of my pants. And so I appreciate you being flexible enough to call on another line. Okay.
All right, that's good. But I always got to get our Ray Tucker Outdoor segment in, and we appreciate the support that you've given us, and we like supporting you. So that's. Hey, new things come along, new technology. You're going to see some new technology around Bet Saracen here in the near future, too. So I'll tease that with you.
This submarine may have a hole in it, okay? All right. All right, have a great
All righty then. We'll plug that up, and we'll have a good one. Good luck, everybody, and download the app.
All right. Appreciate it, Neil. All right, let me see where I'm going next. Now I got to drop this call over here. I'm sorry, I'm producing live on the air. All right, now I'm trying to figure out if... All right, I got Charlie Evans over here. Charlie, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, loud and clear. All right, I've got Brian on another line, and I think that I have to do this to get him. All right, Brian, are you with us?
Yeah, Charlie Evans, what's shaking, baby?
Hey, I tell you what, I'm excited about the soccer game, but I'm also excited about the Bass World Championship that's coming to Hot Springs, Arkansas, October 3rd. It's going to be a record number of countries coming to that event. We're going to set records there. It's going to be a great show. We've got a 3-day outdoor show. It's October 1, 2, and 3. Put that on your calendar, all your listeners there. October 1, 2, and 3 is going to be amazing. Oaklawn outdoor show those 3 days. And then on Saturday, October the 3rd, we're going to have a free concert by the Frontmen, which is going to be absolutely unbelievably good. Then the weigh-in following that, which will be free. The outdoor show is free. Everything's free to the public. So it doesn't cost anything to get in. All you got to do is just get there, and you're going to have a time of your life, and you're going to help make bass fishing an Olympic sport.
Charlie, this is different in the fact that you need local anglers with boats.
I said we're going to have all these great things happen. Somebody's going to win a Ranger boat at the end of the way in a 519 with 200 Mercury on it. But before we can do any of that, we got to have boats for these guys coming from all over the world to come and fish Lake Hamilton. And so, best we can figure, we're going to need about 42 guys or girls, either one. Doesn't make any difference to us, as long as you have a tournament-ready boat and you're willing to work 6 days. We've got 3 days of practice and then 3 days of the tournament. Ending up on October 3rd, and I got to tell you what, all you got to do is bring your boat, and you can drive it if you want to, or you let one of the anglers drive it. There's 2 anglers that go on your boat. And don't worry, even though they come from all over the world, all these guys speak English. It's like the common language is English, and everybody's excited about coming and fishing against the USA team, which is headed by none other than Kevin Van Dam, our team coach, and also a competitor at this event. But we need boats for these people, and so we desperately need people in the Hot Springs, Little Rock, anywhere in your listening area there. We're looking for people that have boats that are willing to come and help us make bass fishing an Olympic sport and be great hosts for all these people from around the world. All you got to do is go to usabass.org and get all the details. And if you're willing to volunteer, step up there, put your name in up there on the internet, and then we got to have it. We just have to have it. We can't have the Bass World Olympics. Bass fishing become an Olympic sport. We need your help to make that happen. And so sign up and bring your boat, and you're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be This is going to be the most amazing thing you've ever seen in your life. And all these guys that are bringing the boats on the final day, we'll get everybody back in, and you'll be able to hear the end of the Frontmen concert, if not all of it. And then we'll have front row seating for you to watch the weigh-in, watch hopefully the USA win the gold medal there, just like they're going to do in soccer. And we'll see the gold medal, silver medal, bronze medal winners, and then draw for a Ranger boat. Somebody in the audience is going to win a Ranger boat. So we're going to have a lot of fun, but we need desperate boats. We got to have them. We just got to have them. And I know you guys, people listen the number of bass fishermen that listen to your show is unbelievable, and you're right in the right area. And so that's why I desperately wanted to be on the show tonight, to hopefully we can round up enough boats where we can get everybody out on the water. And we need your help to make bass fishing an Olympic sport.
Brian?
Some of these folks from, like South America and places like that, how do you think they're going to respond for the first time to riding on Lake Hamilton at 80 miles an hour in an open cockpit bass boat?
I got to tell you, everybody that comes from all these teams from around the world, all these people are great anglers. You don't have to worry about drawing a rookie or anything like that. Great anglers. They're people that are out on the water all the time, and all they're worried about is getting around the fish. But these guys aren't guides now. You're not guiding the guys to the fish. You're taking them where they want to fish, so we have a good, clean competition and making sure that they obey the rules. And then you'll have the Bubba scales. And I know everybody that watches will probably watch the MLF on there and watch the Bubba scales in use. They'll be operating the Bubba scales, so we're recording all the weights that come in. On the final day, every team will bring in their largest bass that we don't know what it weighs yet. And so we'll have a winner right there on site, a gold winning team, a gold medal winning team, and again, make bass fishing an Olympic sport.
Charlie, what qualifies a boat for tournament ready?
Well, like I said, tournament ready, we need something that's got electronics on it. I think we got 150 horsepower minimum. So if you've got a smaller horsepower boat, we appreciate your interest, and you can also come and volunteer for other stuff, maybe help the band set up and tear down, or lots of other things we got going on. But for tournament, we want this to be 150 horsepower and up, and with electronics, with a live well that's operating, and you'll need to bring three life jackets because you're going to have two other people in the boat with you, and have a charger, battery chargers ready, and then we'll charge it up all during the week. We'll take care of the electricity to charge all the boats back up every single day.
What other things do they need? We think about the boats, we think about the electronics, the things you need for tournaments. Is there, any other things, life jackets? What are some of the other things that get overlooked that y'all need help with?
The life jackets is a big deal because these guys, again, are flying in from all around the world, and so if they don't have to bring life jackets with them, that'll be a big help. They're going to fly into Little Rock, and we're going to stop by the Bass Pro Shop in Hot Springs and have the check-in there, and then into Little Rock, and then on to Hot Springs for the tournament. And we're going to keep all the boats behind the Hot Springs Convention Center. That's where we'll line them up, just like we used to do for the Fort Wood Cup. We'll have the charging systems back there, the boats back there. All these anglers will come in, put their stuff in the boat. Early in the morning, we'll have a breakfast, and then head out to Lake Hamilton to the wildlife fisheries place, and that's where we'll put in every day, and then check back in there, and then head back to Hot Springs and put the boats back in place. And every day, the first 2 days, no problem. The third day, we've got to bring a fish in, one fish fin from every boat. So we're going to make sure the live wells are plugged up and we got water in there. Live wells on, take real good care of these 60 bass that will come in on the final day, and we'll get them right back up to Lake Hamilton so they can swim off and be caught again some other day.
Are you going to MC the event, Charlie?
Yeah, it's going to be covered by ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, ESPN On Demand. It's going to be the biggest coverage of anything that we know in this country, and great coverage, and of course we'll have people out on the water with cameras, and it's all these guys. If they're out there with their boat, it's a pretty good chance that at some point during the television part of the show is going to end up on TV around the world. And so there's 50 million members of this organization around the world, and bass fishing deserves to be in the Olympics. If they can make curling? If curling can be a Olympic sport where you have an iron pot and broom, then surely we need
don't be
basketball up there
curling
to make
now.
it, and this will make basketball an Olympic sport.
Brian's a curling champion. You didn't know that, did you, Charlie?
No, I didn't know what curling was. So I watched it on TV one time during the Olympics. I said, "What in the world are they doing? They got little brooms out there sweeping," and I still don't understand it all. But I do understand bass fishing, and I'll tell you, this event not only will make bass fishing an Olympic sport, but it will make fishing more popular around the world. I mean, all these other teams that come in, the first thing they'll want to do is get their picture taken with Kevin Van Dam and get his autograph. And the other guys on the team there, Scott Martin, Dustin Connell, Otto Tho, Drew Gill, and right now we have Jacob Wheeler on the list, but he has his family has some health problems, so we're not sure whether he'll make it or not, but if not, we'll get a replacement for him.
Charlie, I don't mean to interrupt you. We got to run. Keep us posted. We're here to help out, okay?
I appreciate you guys doing this for me. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Charlie Evans. Back talking about sharks.
Take it from Arkansas greats Joe Klein and Pat Bradley.
The big natural sports apps are now in Arkansas, taking over Oaklawn and Bentley, which are no longer local.
Making Bet Saracen the only real local app.
Still Arkansans' fan fave.
Plus, Bet Saracen is still the official sports betting app of many of the state's colleges and universities.
Bet Saracen, built by Arkansans for Arkansans.
Bet with Arkansans. Bet with Bet Saracen.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
Burroughs and Mr. Frank's is a long-standing, iconic luxury eyewear shop in the Heights. They're family-owned and operated opticians that feature high-end designer eyewear that you can't find anywhere else. Brands like Cartier, Gucci, Salt, and State Optical. Plus, they have all their lenses from the high-tech lens crafter Zeiss, who make lenses for cameras, telescopes, microscopes, and yes, glasses. These are found only at Burroughs, and they do all the fitting and lab work right in their own in-store lab. They're at 5901 R Street in the Heights, Burroughs and Frank's Optical.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Progressive presents the Museum of You.
We begin our tour with a unique piece, a relic from the early big screen television era. Remarkable. Next, we find a juicer, which historians believe has only ever been used once. And finally, compact discs from the emo era. A rare find indeed.
Some things should be history, but until then you could protect what's important to you and save by bundling your auto insurance with a renter's policy from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Your heart works hard for you every day. Are you taking care of it? UAMS Health makes it easy with our heart health screening. For just $99, you will receive a heart CT scan, cholesterol and glucose testing, kidney and blood pressure assessments, plus stroke risk screening, all with same-day results. If you're over 35 or have a family history of heart disease, this screening is for you. Healthy heart, healthy you, healthy future. Call UAMS Health at 501-603-1222. That's 501-603-1222.
And the match is about to begin.
Most of the team is out with COVID-19, so there'll be some substitutes tonight.
What's this? We have an unexpected guest on the field.
It's a dog. Well, they could do with extra players.
She's going for the ball.
Are front paws hands or feet?
Soccer season is full of surprises, and COVID-19 could be one of them. If you test positive, prescription medications may help. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Learn more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And right now, save $500 on Tempur-Breeze mattresses, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
All right, where's Brian? He is on this part. He's right here. All right, let me get this turned.
I'm here.
Get this machine turned down here. Jordan Johnson's in studio with us, the shark hunter.
That was a heck of an experience. And Brian, you made it. You did us justice. I woke up to my wife laughing in bed next to me. She doesn't think I'm funny, by the way, but she was reading that before I woke up.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
and she was laughing her tail off, and she goes, people think that, Jordan, you're weird, you're unique, and I'm glad now the world knows it, because this is what I wake up to every day, every trip, it's all life's an adventure, and that's great, but she's like, I'm glad the world knows how crazy you are.
Now Brian wrote a really nice article on your two sons. You went down to Pensacola area.
Yep.
Fishing off the bank?
Off the beach.
Beach, not bank.
6 p.m. 2 a.m.
But the way you sold it to your wife, your daughter was...
We're doing there supporting her dancing.
Yeah.
And so we're going. We got the dance calendar out, and the boys ended up coming. They did not want to come, but it was for a variety of reasons they needed to come. Let's just be with family for one big thing, support Staley. And she did great. The team did great. But thankfully it was nearby in Pensacola, and I booked trips in and around there on the front or back end of her dance schedule. So we didn't miss a dance. But the boys got to catch a lot of fish, and so it was hard for the boys. It's hard for the boys to complain when they're you got to go see sister dance, but you just caught a 40-inch redfish, or you caught a bunch of sharks the night before, or whatever. So we made it interesting.
Sharks is what got my attention, and everybody else's when you said that.
Sharks, you got to do your research, because there's a lot of people that claim they'll help guide you on shark fishing. The difference is there's only really, that I found, one guide service that has the right type of gear to do it, where it's ethical, right? Where you're going to get them in and you're going to release them and push them back out. And so it was a really cool experience. It's one of those things that people didn't believe me that we were doing it. It's great communal deal, because you can have a crowd down there and watch you. You could build a fire pit, whatever you want to do. Like it's very communal.
It's a happening.
It's a happening. Yes. And so we got real lucky. The weather was good. The tide was good. One of the guys had been doing it for 6 summers. The other guy had been doing it for 8 years. And they had no problem going out in pitch dark and rebaiting and taking in a kayak, taking the bait, 400, 300, 200 yards.
So you don't cast, you just set your reel where that's the line out,
yes.
And they take it out in a kayak.
Yep, and you're literally using reels, Penn, Okuna type stuff. That is what people fish with, like Goliath grouper, marlin. I mean, these reels are $2,000 reels each. Not counting the line. They're massive pieces of equipment, and so it can handle all that stuff.
Jordan, I saw those pictures of Patterson, with that reel that you're talking about, and he's got that leg brace on with got that slot for the reel butt to go, or the rod butt to go into it, and I'm looking at his stance. I got to ask you, did any of those sharks make him leave skid marks toward the water?
I will tell you. There were 2 occasions that white that Keaton hooked up on and broke off, and then there was one on the one that Patterson landed, that tiger shark, where we both have. There's 2. Me and another guy have our heels dug in the sand, holding him back, because he's holding everything he's got, and if it weren't for us holding him back, he's going to go out in the surf.
Talk about the company that you found to do this.
So this is called Coastal Worldwide. They are really legit. They've got 5 operations along the Panhandle. and they've got really good reviews online. The guys are top-notch professionals. They know. First of all, I said, how did you know? You just told me, gave me a pen to go to the beach. Did you even know? Like, I was going to show up. I mean, he goes, oh yeah. He goes, only crazy people do this. He goes, when they book, he goes, they show up and they're a good time. And so you got to be really into fishing to try to go land a shark on a beach. So, and my boys, thankfully, they love it. And it was
one of the questions I've got. You talked about those guys, having the bigger sharks having to walk them out into shoulder deep water. So here you've got a tiger shark that's twice as long as a human, with a reputation for being a man eater, and these guys have got hold of this thing, towing it back out. Tell me about what's going through your mind, watching this as they disappear into the darkness.
Yeah, well, and the second time the guide said, hey, we need you boys out here to do this. And I said, man, this is not going to end well. This is not a good idea.
I don't think Mom's going to like this.
And so they were swimming out, and these guys occasionally post stuff, and they actually wanted to post that. And I was like, guys, I don't. That may be child abuse. I don't know. So we're not going to post anything of them swimming a shark out. I just no. I'm not. Let's not do that right now.
So we're at Keaton and Patterson tonight.
So Patterson is at the lake. So Patterson's in college, going into sophomore year at Fayetteville. When he's home, he's fixing stuff, right? Or he's got a car detailing business with a buddy, and they've been detailing the heck out of cars. But and he also took two summer school classes. But we also have a lot of stuff that we need fixed. So he's at the lake fixing something right now. Keaton is at the farm fixing something right now with a buddy. So that means I can be here, right? And I can go help my mom, go do whatever. So.
All right, Brian, we got
one of the cool things.
Go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead. Well, I don't know. Am I gonna lead him into a long question going into a break here?
You got a minute 22.
I'll be quick.
All right. Here's one of the cool things, Jordan, is that Ray and I've been doing this show for 8 years, and we kind of have watched Keaton and Patterson kind of grow up on this show with their fishing adventures. First time they were on here, they were young kids, and now one of them, talk about that.
But it is. It's and y'all. You've been able to capture some key moments, Brian and Ray here, as we've kind of watched them grow. About every year or two, they get on the show to get to talk about an experience that they just learned, or that I'm learning with them. Quite honestly. Because I grew up fishing a lot. I was a fishaholic, if you will, and still am. But I didn't start hunting until I was like 13 or 14. But thankfully my boys love it. It has been, they get to reflect on this. They get to reread the articles that you've featured them in on a variety of outdoor adventures, and hopefully, I know it's inspired some of their friends. Hopefully, it inspires others too. To get out there, get off the phones, and have a little fun outside.
Get off those computers, get off those phones, get out and enjoy the Arkansas outdoors. That's our motto.
Well, it's been fun. Thank y'all for having them.
All right, here we go. We're coming up
on.
That's
what we do.
There you go, Brian.
Hard I'm missing.
Can you hear it?
All right.
I meant
that. On the other side with Red Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Blockbusters are all about sequels, and with the skyrocketing price of gasoline, Gwatney Buick GMC in North Little Rock is back with the guaranteed biggest hit of the summer, Gas Busters 3 High Octane. Call 501-945-4444. Don't get slimed by the competition. Trade with Gwatney Buick GMC right now and get free gas for the rest of the year. That's free miles per gallon. Call 501-945-4444 and we'll we'll double down with no payments for 120 days. Trade that gas guzzler. Gwatney has trucks up to 29 miles per gallon. It's Gas Busters 3 High Octane. Trade today for free gas for the rest of the year. So who you gonna call? Call Gwatney at 501-945-4444. We're ready to relieve you. See dealer for details. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. All offers with approved credit.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. Every time I see a dog wearing one of those cones, it's always funny. But as our insanely energetic hound Mavis has been wearing one since her surgery, it's actually rather sad. She keeps looking at me with the expression, "Why are you making me wear this?" I hate it. Every dog wearing the so-called cone of shame wears that look of betrayal. I've dreaded that I had to do this, and I've tried to make it up to her by bringing her some Chester's chicken from Doublebee's, which of course covers a multitude of sins. If you know someone who's been wearing the cone of shame, stop by a Doublebee's near you for a peace offering. It might be a snack or one of our homemade sandwiches, catfish on Fridays, hamburgers, pizza, cookies. The list goes on and on. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Everybody knows the Brad Hendricks Law Firm is famous for car wrecks, big truck crashes, and medical negligence cases. But they do a lot more than that. They help good people who can benefit from bankruptcy. And they also help older folks who had their Social Security claims denied. When you need a lawyer, call the firm that is Pure Arkansas, where you won't ever be just a number. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
We're keeping Arkansas beautiful. Want to lend a hand? Don't be afraid to get them dirty. Every day, volunteers around the state are picking up litter, planting trees and wildflowers, recycling, and more. You know what these volunteers need most? Help. Volunteer today at KeepArkansasBeautiful.com. Learn more about all our programs. A message brought to you by the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission, this station, and the Arkansas Broadcasters Association.
All right, we got the flaps down on this plane that I'm flying for the first time today. Brian Hendricks is on the road. Jordan Johnson is in the studio. We've been talking about fishing down in Florida off the beach for shark. What's the biggest shark y'all hauled in?
That 9-foot one. It was a tiger shark. And that's plenty big. I probably don't want any bigger, to be honest with you.
So the guy that took the bait out there and let it go, he's the one that gets the shark off, right? No.
So we all help.
Oh,
and so that you have to take this course. That's what. So it's a pretty package deal where, the state clearly is ahead of the curve on this sort of thing, and so you have to buy a $35 permit. And then you have to buy the permit. You have to take the class and pass a 15-question quiz about what type of hooks you use, what type of catch and release methods are you supposed to use, what happens if it's if it's too big, you can't get water over its gills in the surf, you swim it out. But it was really good, and so I like the educational component of it too. We got there. I mean, the guys checked licenses. They made sure everything, was kosher. And I knew when the guy asked that stuff from kids, and this is a legit deal. And so,
was there a frightening moment?
Yeah, one. There was. It's the smaller sharks. They reeled in 10, hooked on 10. They got 6 to the beach, and then they touched 4, meaning we had to let them go, like walk them back out. Right. Most of the black tips, you'd think the smallest sharks should be the easiest, right? These are anywhere from 4 to 7 foot, and the problem is they aren't so worn out by the time you get them to the beach. They aren't exasperated, and so they're flopping around.
You got them by the tail.
It is catching lightning, and the thing is flopping every which way, flailing, and it takes 2 or 3 people to go from the tail back up to the head and hold it down, where you can then get the hook out using a 20-aught circle hook, and I mean, it's half the size of my hand. I mean, it's untrue.
You wear gloves with grips?
Nope.
No.
And literally, if you got it pinned down, you're going to be fine. But those are the most dangerous. I mean, those are the ones where if you're standing there and he swipes around, your ankle's going to get cut, right? Your foot's going to get cut. Your shin's going to get cut. You just can't have them thrashing. The bigger guys don't thrash. But it just tells you people.
Yeah, the other part.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the other part of that is, sharks have that real tough sandpapery skin, so the whole time that they're thrashing against your legs, your thighs, and your calves, they are taking flesh off of you.
Yes, and it was that's what I didn't expect. That those smaller ones were far more riskier to handle.
You wear wetsuits so that wouldn't happen? No, just tough it.
You got a pair of shorts on, and you're holding on for dear life.
What's next for you in the boys?
I've got y'all actually had me on the show about alligator hunting about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I've got my boys are of age now that I can take them to do that if we get a tag, and I think it's easier to get a tag now. We would go down by Post Bayou down there below Gillette, between Gillette and Pendleton, and we may do that. I mean, they haven't ever done that with me, and I've done it a few times, and I just think it'd be a good experience for them.
Ryan has a good alligator story.
Yeah, I do have a good alligator story. Ray and I went fishing on the Arkansas River. We put out at Bayamita right there at the mouth of Bayamita at the Arkansas, Jordan.
Yeah.
And Ray had a little bit of a hard day that day anyway, but the last thing that we did coming back in is I ran over a big-size alligator right there at the mouth of Bayamita. Didn't tell Ray about it until we got the boat got the boat on the trailer. I didn't think that he would receive that well.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's scary. I mean, those things are they're dinosaurs.
I've got a picture on my phone of one. I've got your number. I'll send to you that 3 or 4 years ago somebody took down around Dumas.
Yeah, they're massive, beautiful creatures.
Holding it up with a John Deere tractor with a bucket.
Hanging up.
Yeah, it looked like it's about 8 feet long.
Oh,
and
well,
massive.
I've got a rule.
You've had a lot of great.
Go ahead, buddy.
You've had a lot of great experiences fishing with your kids, and a lot of great memories that you've built up with them, and y'all experienced some things that y'all will hold dear and treasure for the rest of your life.
Well, thank you, and you've helped share and showcase that, and I'm looking at my 19-year-old going to be a sophomore in college, and I'm thinking, how many of these times are I going to get left? And that's kind of what I'm running to try to make up. And so we're trying to pack as many memories as we can, because he's not going to want to. He may not want to go hang out with his family next year.
All right, Brian, you be careful driving back from Northeast Arkansas. And you got a new Game and Fish Commission name today up in Northeast Arkansas. Read about it tomorrow in the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Jordan, appreciate you very much.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Brian.
You folks have a great rest of the week.
Thank you. All right, you be safe. See you.